Hello everyone, I'm back with another video, and in today's video we have a cell phone. This is a Moto G84 5G, and in this video I'm going to take you on a step-by-step how you can replace the screen on this one. It's not too hard, you can do it at home. I'll leave the link for the replacement part and the tools that I'll use, so you can follow this video step-by-step how to remove it and how to put it back together, and the way that I recommend to do it. All right. So this is again this one. There are two types of screen that you can purchase. This one, the generic one that does not have a touch ID. Do you know how you put your finger on top and it just detects your touch ID? But it doesn't detect it. But you have to put the PIN code to get in every time. Or if you can get the original one that they do have a touch ID, both of them work the same. In here, the client purchased the one without the touch ID. And the difference from one and another one, and the difference, I will let you guys know. The difference is that this one, the camera will be in the housing. There's a tiny camera that detects the digitizer, pretty much, the thing. And the generic screens, they're not translucent. That means it is not transparent in here. So it doesn't detect the finger. The original one, if you hold it against the light, you will be able to see through the screen in this portion, all right? So in the future, if you purchase the original one, you can just remove it and put the original one with the one that actually is transparent, and it will detect your finger or your fingerprint. Right. So we're gonna change the screen in here. This screen comes with the housing. You can purchase just the screen, but it's really cheap, just about $1 or $2, less than $1 extra. You get the whole housing, so you get it straight and with the screen mounted on the housing, which is on the frame, which is much better than having just a screen and replacing the screen, gluing it over. So we're gonna replace the housing with the screen, which is much recommended. All right, so this one is obviously being tracked down, so let's get into it. First thing first, let's go over the tools. We need somewhere to work on. We're gonna put one sheet of the workshop towel, alcohol, isopropylic alcohol to blend the adhesive, 98% plus or 99% is not conductive. If you get 70%, it will be conductive. You can damage the circuit, the board. A good screwdriver set. I recommend iFixit screwdriver set, as they have one of the best screwdrivers out there. We're gonna be using a Phillips 00. You will need a guitar pick or an opening tool. I would recommend a metallic guitar picks are suitable to opening these types of services. Metallic spatula, a little bit of razor blade, curved straight tweezers. If anything else, I'll let you guys know. All right, with all this on hand, let's get into it. So first thing first, we're gonna remove the SIM card. So to remove the SIM card, get your SIM card opener and remove the tray. Put that to one side. Now we need to remove the cover in the back. To remove the cover in the back, you need to put the opening tool between the bottom cover and the back cover right in here somewhere. You have to squeeze it in there. It's not too easy to find it, but so what I like to do, to stick the guitar pick between here, I would like to start from this corner by the camera midway through here. I'm sticking about a little bit of poking through here, just gently. I'm just wiggling around. I'm gonna put an alcohol right on the guitar pick, and the alcohol will take the guitar pick will take the alcohol right underneath, and it will blend the adhesive. Do not use hair dryer or heat gun. It will decolorate, deform the plastic. So just use an adhesive, 98% plus isopropylic alcohol. And you can see it comes out pretty easy. I'm just pushing it inward like this. It's like you stepping inward, in and out like this. Or you can even roll it in. It's the same. There we go. Whenever you see a little extra tension, you can just put a little alcohol and work again. It becomes softer in the corner. Almost done. So there we have the back cover. You can just take it out gently. in 45-degree angle. Don't yank it too much. There's a little glue right in the middle too, so you can just open it up and put a little alcohol and let it guide itself through the back. There we go. Now you can just go ahead and remove the excess of the glue right in here, the adhesive just ripped apart. All right. Remove any extra adhesive. Now we need to remove all the screws that we see at bottom here. There should be a screw in the corner too under this adhesive, so make sure don't forget those. Right there. There you go. Let me see if there's any more. One more right down in the corner. All right, let's go ahead and remove all the screws. Also, if you guys like my videos, if you find my videos helpful and helping you guys out, you can support the channel by clicking that like and subscribe. I'll greatly appreciate it. I'm going to switch to a Phillips 0. All right, now that we remove all the screws, you are going to start up by this corner, by the power on, and you want to stick it between the bezel and the top cover. And you just want to lift it up a little bit, gently, go all the way to the bottom. And you don't want to lose the, want to go around the corner a little bit. So poke it right through here and lift it up by the volume. I forgot, there's one black screw right in the corner here. It camouflages itself. I don't know why they put a black screw in there, but whatever reason, lift it up that way. And let's go by the SIM tray. There's one more screw right in here. There should be a screw in the middle too, but so make sure you always remove all the screws. There's hidden screws in the corners too, in here too, in the corners. Let's see, there should be one in the middle too, but yeah, there should be one right in the middle. There's always one in the middle under this tape right here. So remove that one too. They're little sneaky bastards. And peel it up from the top portion. All right. And there we have the power here. So first thing first, you want to use your fingernail. You want to detach this battery cable. Put the fingernail at the back and bring it up, lift it up. All right. Next, we need to remove the battery. To remove the battery, pretty much we need an alcohol and just a kind of plastic to put it right underneath to guide the alcohol right under. Right there, let it go through. And put the guitar pick in there a little bit and open it up a little bit, gently, up and down slowly. I'm gonna put a metallic spatula in there. You can use a plastic one. My guitar pick went right in there. And I'm gonna keep it like this. I'm gonna put a little bit of more alcohol right in there. There we go. There we have it. So once we have the battery out, get your guitar pick back. We need this bridge cable. The other one we don't need it because that's the connector for the screen. Just be careful with this one. Detach this one gently. Bring it up in a 45-degree angle, rip it out. It has a little adhesive. There's an adhesive foam on the bottom here. You can just detach it right here and detach it from here. Put that to one side. All right. For the Touch ID, this is the one I'm talking about, this camera right in here. This camera has the, let me remove it right there. This one is that detects your ID. It's going to be on the new one that you're going to put. You're going to install it in here, but it just won't be able to see through the screen because it's not translucent. If I put light in on this side, you won't be able to see it from here. I don't have a light right in here. Let me see. I have black light. I don't know if this will work. I don't know if you guys can see that little tiny spot right there. You can see right over there. A tiny spot right in there. That's where it just goes through. All right, so we need to remove everything from here to the other side. So we're going to detach this one. We don't need this one. This is going to be for the old screen. And detach the bottom board. First, remove this antennas from here, the two of them. Lift it up. And you don't have to detach it from there, only from the bottom section. We need to remove one screw in the middle. And the whole board came with it. So leave that one to one side. The vibrator is this one right here. To remove the vibrator, put an alcohol right on top and just poke it underneath. And there we go. Put that to one side. We need the speaker. Same thing with the speaker. Put a little bit of alcohol on around it. On the corners, just lift it up. Don't poke through the middle of the speaker here. This is delicate. Put that to one side. There's nothing else we need from here. Everything else is going to be in there. Okay. Just double check, make sure there's no rubber legs, anything like that. We need to remove one screw in here in this corner. We're going to try to lift up the motherboard. It does get attached to this camera right in here, and this is the speaker for here. We're going to lift up this tape right in here. You can rip it, nothing happens, but it's just the aluminum foil that they have on top. Just gonna rip it. There we go. Then we're gonna remove the motherboard, lift it up gently, bring it up. There's one more screw right in here. This is sneaky one right in here. Remove that one too. Lift up the motherboard, pull it back, and there we have it. Has a little thermal paste. So it's good that you get a little thermal paste so you can put it on the new one. We do need the volume rocker and everything else, the speaker on the top portion. So again, put an alcohol on the sides. And we are gonna remove the speaker in here from one corner up. Poke it right under the flex cable. Be gentle with it. Take your time doing it. So we need to remove that one. And I don't see anything else in here. And everything else is ready to be placed in the other side. There's no rubber, anything in here. All right, so we need to remove the volume rocker. Again, first detach it from the contact points right in here. The volume rocker, you can use a little bit of heat, but if the alcohol doesn't work, they can use unheat gun. Let me use a little more. I'm gonna use a spatula. Okay, I got this tool is a little sharper to get underneath. There we go. Pretty much you need something really sharp to go under the adhesive. Once you are up here, this one is really easy, this part too. Put it underneath and just work yourself. And there we go. Easy. All right, just double check, make sure you haven't forgot anything. Let's put that to one side. We're gonna take this side. We're gonna start from the bottom portion. Put this charge port, or I'll say charge board. Put that tiny screw over. All right. You're gonna get this digitizer. Even if it doesn't look through, just put it on. Doesn't matter. Maybe in the future you want to change the screen with an original one, and so it can detect your fingerprint. I'll say. I forgot to put the vibrator before. That's why I'm saying always put the vibrator underneath. There we go. Now we are going to put this speaker right here. I mean, the charge board, and put the single screw. Grab the speaker, put it right in there. And let it bluish. The speaker, you know the orientation of the speaker because you know the contacts are right in this side, so you know it has to be on this end. All right, next we need to put the speaker here. So drop this one right in there. And you want to bring this flex cable right through here. Set it down. It just fits in snugly right there. Now you do need to remove this tape right in here for the camera. Okay. Now next, let's put the volume rocker. Where did I put the volume rocker? Right in here. So place it right in there. The speaker fall off on the bottom, but that's not a big deal. If it doesn't have an adhesive, you can put one little bit of the double-sided glue because you do need a glue to keep it in place. All right, I'll put the speaker at the end. Okay, you see that is coming out. You are gonna need a glue, so get yourself one-time use or a small portion of T8000. So I'm gonna put one damp of the glue underneath, right there. I'm gonna put around the speaker a little bit to hold the speaker in place. So there we go. Bring the speaker, put it in there. All right. Now we did put the volume rocker, the speaker, and I'm not missing anything. Pull this away, grab the motherboard, grab a little thermal paste, and you want to put it right on top of this one. Follow the path that it has. Just a little tiny line. And you want to bring it down, top portion down in the corner, and drop it down. And make sure this camera goes right in there. Put the two tiny screws that we removed. Remember, one of them was beside the camera right in the corner here, almost corner. And the other one was right by the Wi-Fi. I mean by the Wi-Fi, by the antennas. All right, now we're gonna connect first plug in the LCD connector right through here. And then you wanna bring your finger just like this, and it's gonna go in a 90-degree angle in that position. Right there. Let me see if this one has an adhesive at the back. No, it doesn't have it, but it's okay. Before you continue, you want to test it out to make sure that it does power on and is working. So let's run these cables, antennas on the side, one by one. First one goes this one. It just pushes in, it snaps in. There's a tiny groove, you have to go right through the groove. There we go. It stays in place. So we're gonna grab this board here. We can test it, but what the? I'm not gonna test. I'm just gonna put it on. I'm not gonna waste time here. Rip this apart. Rip this for the battery. There we go. Bring this flex cable right through here. Connect it in there. Plug, push it down. All right. This foam thing goes all around on the side here. Okay. Now we're gonna put the battery on. You have to run this one here. I don't like this. I like it to, I'm gonna put a little tape here. You can put a gaffer's tape. I don't like how it just pops out. I like it to stay in that position. There we go. So that way it's not moving all over the place. You're gonna put the battery right in here. Drop it down. Connect the battery right in the jack. Push it down. Now grab the bottom cover, the back cover. Bring it over. Am I not missing anything? No. Push down that top portion, this part, and it's just pinching it together, and you want to hear this click sounds. Right? We can plug in the charger and see if it's charging. So let's put a USB-C. And let's see if it shows up charge logo. There we go. We got a charge logo. And if I wait a little longer, it should show an animation for it. Just remember, you're not going to be able to detect your finger unless you get the original one, which is translucent in that portion. All right, and now what you need to do here, I'm going to leave it like that for a few seconds. Probably charging. And I could power it on. Sure, let's go ahead and power it on. In order to power it on, I have to press here. There we go. So it is charging. Power it on. So let's go ahead and put all the screws on the bottom cover here. Remember this one, it was a black screw. Don't forget that one. And we're gonna put a little glue all around on the back, and that should cover up today's video. Again, I hope you guys like this video and helped you guys out to replace your screen for your Moto G84 5G. If you have any question or requests, feel free to leave them in a video comment. I'll try to answer them as soon as I can. All right, down here, I put the screw in the wrong place. The screw down here goes in the different hole. So I'm gonna open up and to replace the place for the screw. So let's see if this one is powering on. All right. So while that one is doing its job, I'm gonna open up down here by the cover. So I'm gonna move this screw from here to the center. So let's go ahead and quickly put everything together. Remember, the black screw goes right here by the QR code, and the rest of the screw goes wherever you can find a screw hole. So I'm gonna fast forward this part. Once we're done here, double check, make sure everything is working. To place the back cover, we're gonna use the T8000 glue here. We're gonna put one tiny line all around in the corners. Just run this glue right across. There we have it. And you need a little bit of rubber bands to hold it in place, and that's it. So let's grab this power, put it right on top, push down the corners by the camera, right through there. And there we go. And it stays in there, but if you want, you can put some rubber bands across to hold it in place and leave it there drying for a few hours, up to say 5 to 6 hours. And that should cover up the repair. And that's it for today's video.